Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. For those that have been looking forward to some Alien news, we've got it for you today. So, Alien Romulus, a movie that's right, there's a new movie in the works from Fede Alvarez. And as you can see from the title, the bits that are on the screen, Fede Alvarez has screened the early cut of Alien Romulus to Ridley Scott. And Ridley Scott obviously gave his opinion on it. And Fede Alvarez has discussed it amazingly. It's interesting that this has come to light, to be honest. This is the first kind of information we've had on all of this for a while. We haven't... It basically all went a bit dead for a little while. So this is, relatively interesting stuff, I think. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Let's dive into this today. And again, good news, I think, largely. Anyway, so production on Alien Romulus. Oh, FYI, this is from avpgalaxy.net. Great website. I'll leave it linked down below. So Alien Romulus production, the upcoming Alien film from writer-director. So he's written and directed it. Fede Alvarez wrapped in July. And all was quiet. However, he's obviously been assembling the film. He's been editing it away with people, I would imagine, as well, obviously. Now, interestingly, he was at the Directors Guild of America Latino Summit, and he was on stage with Del Toro. Fede told Del Toro and the audience that he had completed his director's cut of Alien Romulus. And he spoke about giving it over to Ridley Scott. And then obviously Ridley Scott's opinion on it. Now, it's important to note, I think, genuinely, is that just because... there's a director's cut out there, whether it's good opinions or not, I think it's important to note is that it is still held under Disney, and Disney largely can go back to the drawing board on a lot of stuff. I don't think they will, actually. I think, I genuinely think that this will probably just be given out and just get it done, just go off with it. That'll sort of be their attitude, similar to Prey. So here's the statement. I finished the director's cut a week ago, this is Fede Alvarez, and had to go through the incredible tense process of obviously sending to Ridley. I wanted him to see it before anybody, and everyone gave me the heads up that Ridley is really tough. He's really tough, particularly if it has something to do with his movies. He was really tough on Blade Runner, which I thought was a masterpiece, and he had issues with it because it's really hard for him because it's his work. I presume he's talking about Blade Runner 2049. I'm guessing. So, here it is. So I was like, there's no way I win this one. Even if he didn't ask for it, I was going to go there and sit at a table and look at him and get it. Even if he was going to say, you destroyed my legacy. I wanted to be in front of him and see him in the eye. I didn't want to get an email where it says, Ridley says. So I was like, I want to see him. If you'll see me, I want to talk to him right after. I drove there. I see his executives, which couldn't see it with him because he wanted to watch it on his own. Because it was Alien. It was very important to him. He didn't want to have anybody in the room. That makes me even more terrified while I'm waiting. And then he walks into the room. And he did say, Fede, what can I say? It's fucking great. For me, it was like, my family knows it was one of the best moments of my life to have a master like him, which I admired so much, to even watch a movie I made, but particularly something like this, and talk to me for an hour about what he liked about it. So, this movie is supposed to be getting a theatrical release next August 16th, 2024. I think it's important to note, right, a few things to break down in all of this. So, Ridley Scott is notoriously difficult, of course. In terms of all of this, it's interesting that Fede gave it over to Ridley. I mean, Ridley's an executive producer on it, but I am still surprised that he gave it over to Ridley Scott first, as opposed to anyone at 20th Century. Now, I'm not saying this isn't to slate Ridley Scott or his importance. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just surprised because I think largely that actually insinuates he's got a much more hands-on role with this movie than he has done for previous ones. That's what I'm going to say, right? I could be wrong, but that's what it, to me, is hinting at. Now, the other thing that's important here is he comes out and goes, you know, what can I say? It's effing great. Now, he had already sort of nurtured this project in its scripting phase. So he basically, you know, he knew what this was. Fede Alvarez had taken a script idea to Ridley Scott a while back, actually. So he largely knew what this was all about. He kind of knew what it was going to be. Obviously, there'll be some things which change from script to production, but he did know. So I think that's good. Like, I think actually the fact that he then stayed and spoke to Fede Alvarez for an hour about what he liked, even though he knew what the script was going to be, I'd say that's a very, very positive sign about this production. Very, very, very positive sign about the production. You know, someone gets handed a script, they read the script, they know what it is, they watch the movie, they obviously get it greenlit, they watch the movie, and then they still want to talk about it. I'd say that's very, very impressive. Any movie that I've had a script to, there's very little, you know, in execution that largely changes that much. People don't make it significantly better from execution, you know, to the original script, basically, from that to the execution. So I it wouldn't be what I would want to do, stand around for an hour. There's very little I would compliment for an hour. So I'm saying this is nothing but positive, if that wasn't immediately obvious. So that's great. That's genuinely great. So a few things, like I said, take home. Ridley Scott very clearly has a much bigger role in this production than we had previously thought. I mean, we knew he was executive producer, but it does sound like he basically was he basically greenlit this movie under Disney in 20th Century. So that's good. We likely won't expect anything to be releasing about this for some time. If you didn't know what this is anyway, Alien Romulus, set in the future, and yeah, no one related to anything else, same as the Noah Hawley Alien series. We don't know if they're going to be connected or there's going to be any sort of playoff with one another. Alien Romulus did have some test screening, you know, actor casting videos leak for some certain roles here and there. So interesting stuff, genuinely interesting stuff. All in all, very excited for this. I know loads of people won't be because they don't care because it's Disney. I get it. I understand. But I'm excited. I am genuinely excited. I think this is nothing but good. Few things. If there's a bizarre noise in the background, unfortunately, I'm not recording at home, and I'm in essentially a monsoon at the moment. So I do apologise if there is any untoward noise blasting out in the background. Do apologise. But hey, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do let me know what you think down below. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Drop your thoughts down there. I'd love to have them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a fantastic day. As always, I've been Mr. H. Take care. Bye-bye.